Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing One Piece episodes 41 and 42. Yes, we are in the thick of it. These last few episodes have been a really good build-up. Nami is now confronting Arlong, which is great. It's something that needed to happen. Now, when it comes to overall strength, I don't think Nami necessarily has a chance against him, but I couldn't say that 100% for sure. I'm kind of basing this off of not having enough fights between Nami and other people. We haven't really seen her go all out like we've seen Zoro do and Luffy, so it's kind of hard to judge from that. But it does also look like Luffy has been it looks like he's getting rescued there, and it's great. Being stuck under a rock and underwater like that is pretty horrible. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AJRich123, and let's go ahead and start. She's serious for sure. I know he can't take her seriously at all. He won't kill them because he wants money, of course. He's not going to kill his payday there. And yeah, obviously he sees Nami as his property when it comes to that. That's not right. You know what? It's a threat, but would he actually take it because he would lose out on the money he's getting from them? She cares about them. She's not going to take his side. No. Of course, Nami is their friend. See, that's exactly what he's trying to do to her head here. He's trying to make her choose like that. You might as well, it's not freedom either way, you might as well rebel. And think of how Luffy helped you. Get past the bullshit. There we go. She's finally realizing Arlong's words are no longer swaying her like that. Feels like it's been days of him trying to, come out of this. There we go. Took long enough, but better late than never. But he'll fight that 30 seconds as much as he can. He's still gonna try to fight and still distract him. Ooh. At this point, everybody's hurt, so it has to be Luffy. It's such a horrible weakness, especially around how much water there is. I mean, it's kind of perfect, I guess. That's all he's thinking about. Luffy, oh, such a simple mind. Ah, everybody is giving it their all. Fighting through the hole in the wall. He actually beat someone! Be proud of him. I don't know about a piece of cake, but they definitely were, you were able to beat him, so take it as it is. He really is stuck. Yup, he's going to have to break it, move it, whatever he has to do. Delay him long enough so he can do it. He can still move? Rubber band of doom. Oh no, he's so hurt he can't use the rubber band. Damn, nose is too tough. If Zoro was at full strength, he would be the best bet here to fight him. I think I would actually take Zoro over Luffy in this situation if Zoro was at full strength. What is he doing? Oh my god. he was waiting for impact from the rubber band. Oh. So he's gonna have something to go up against. They're delaying too long. Unfortunately, they're waiting a little bit too long here, but it's funny, every single person in their group, in Luffy's group here, has to contribute. We've seen them contribute in some way. You know, stepping up, fighting, you know, either fighting the minions of Arlong or fighting him, trying to buy time, trying to defend them. Every single person in that group are connected. They're, you know, as Arlong was giving Nami that choice, you know, are you going to, you know, are you going to join me or them? Are you friends with me? You know, like, who is your friends? It was obvious, you know, it's an obvious choice. And I'm glad, I knew there was no way she's not going to choose them at this point. It's just way past that. She's can only, you know, agree with somebody for so long if they're lying like that, and she obviously was able to get past it. But it's nice to see all of them doing their part. That's what I like to see. I really do. Even, you know, even Usopp was doing something there. It's just taking those blows. You're kind of taking the blows for the team, though. Is he finally... Okay, he's finally making his way over there. I still can't take him seriously. But if she can distract him for half a second, then he'll have time to do it, actually. And she can barely breathe at this point, too, and she's putting her... Gotta give it to her. She's stepping up, too. We gotta send some more rubber bands flying. Something. Ooh. Oh, man. You really gotta, like, dig into the scar that he just got. Because he's Zoro, and he can get up from crap like that. It's a freaking zombie at this point. Until he actually punches his way through it or cuts it himself. You're not gonna hurt yourself if you don't move it. Ah, he's confident in that. Oh! The damage that they they had it inflicted, he inflicted in the octopus guy. It's funny, he did all that damage and he knew that as long as he didn't move, the guy's not going to get hurt anymore. But once he started moving, the wound's going to open up. It's probably why Zoro had to kind of restrict a lot of his movements when he was fighting. He wasn't going full out, obviously. So he knew something that the octopus guy didn't, and now he's, suffering for it. Yeah, that's death, right? That's death. You bleed out in the water. Well, at least she didn't even have to withstand a blow there. His head is just getting pulled upwards. I mean, he's literally bent so much and stretched so much that it was gonna take a while to come back. Yes, Luffy, announce it. Took him long enough, exactly. There you go. Bring him to safety. Tap out. The bells his head. The whips his legs. I mean, it's like he's at full strength now. You would think it'd take him a second to, catch his breath. Absolutely awesome. I mean, that's not going to be enough for him. We already know he's going to be a very tough opponent. Yep, gotta breathe, stretch, do all that. I mean, you literally were you know, down there for a long time. I don't think so. He wants to fight. He's just getting ready to fight, that's all. Maybe you guys could go get Zoro? No, you don't. I like how regardless how wet his cigarette gets, he still tries to light it. I mean, and the being a jackass. I guess he's trying to drill some logic into Luffy with his nose. No, you can tell his teeth could definitely take some wear and tear. I mean, his thoughts inside his head here. That's how down he looks on humans. You know? Luffy just will not back down, and I like how, and I kind of thought this the last few episodes, it's like Luffy's gonna eventually have to fight, right? We knew that, but I didn't really think about how damaged Zoro was to this point. Like, we've seen him hurt quite a few times when he gets into fights, but his last fight that he got into really damaged him to a point where we see his wound, how like he's literally just stitched up to a point where anybody other than him would have been dead. He's just fighting through death. I mean, it really is kind of amazing and inspiring a little bit how much Zoro can take when it comes to just pure like resistance to just dying. But I also knew Luffy was going to be able to eventually fight him, because it just seems like the fight that we would want. But also, I thought Nami would actually get a few strikes. That actually kind of surprised me. I thought this episode we'd get a little bit of fighting with Nami against Arlong, but as I said earlier, I realized we haven't really seen her fight. It's just been mostly kind of small little fights there, hitting, all that, you know, stealing. So I wonder if we're going to get that at some point. I know she's not joining that group, and she wasn't doing that job to fight. So that's obviously not her main thing, but for some reason, I kind of want to see everybody get some type of fight, because even Usopp, who's not really he can fight, but he's more of a long distance trickery type guy. So he's not pure strength. So I believe Nami didn't get all that treasure and being able to steal like that with nothing. So I want a legit fight with her for sure. At least to get, I mean, I feel like she deserves at least a punch, you know, a good punch from her against Arlong. Even if she has to get like you know, a couple hits on him, I'd be happy with that. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. He really does look down on humans. He needs to, I think he's way past that point to be changed though. You can't really knock some sense into him. Just because you can't do, you know, humans can't do the same thing you do, doesn't mean they're inferior. Yeah. That's the downside. Arlong could literally cut through your bones and kill you that way. Easily. There's many ways to do things. I really feel the more he talks to Luffy, the angrier he's gonna get, because he's not gonna get the response he wants. Luffy's strength here is gonna be his voice and annoying the crap out of him. That is kind of strange. He doesn't use swords, so. But maybe cutting his teeth or something is, or seeing how actually strong his teeth are. He really is trying to break them. You get past that, you might have a better chance of winning. It's a good strategy. Yes! There we go. That was the whole point of it. It's crazy that no one else has done that before to him. He's... but he has people... But he has the people around him that can make up for his own weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why you have friends that can do that. People that you care about. The captain can't do everything. He definitely has that, but he has it in everybody else as well. His only real friends and people that are loyal are gonna fight like they fought for him. Ooh, I thought that might be a possibility, but I didn't want to jinx it. Wow. That is bullshit hacks. Probably another thing he throws at humans, saying they're, you know, inferior to him. Yup, that's what I knew he was gonna say, something like that. Tooth attack? Now we're using teeth to fight with. Like, what the hell, like brass knuckles. He's using them like brass knuckles. Oh, we used him as a shield. I mean, you could tell he cares about his, you know, his brothers. Does he have some sort of strategy that he can come up on the fly, you know, in the fly with this? I guess, you know, kicking, now you know you can't break them. You can make them come out, but they're just gonna regrow over and over again. Yup. Maybe Luffy was thinking there was a amount of times you could do it, like a limit. Why? Why are you putting unclean thing to do? You know how many germs are in that thing? You know how many things, nasty crap he's eating? He better put triple mouthwash in his mouth after this fight. Oh my god. He better have a big reason to put those in his mouth. Using his teeth, he thinks it'll do more damage because it's his teeth. Ooh. It's not as strong as theirs. Ooh. I really thought he had a valid strategy there, using his the shark teeth to be able to maybe do more damage than, you know, than his punches and stuff would. Like, you know how strong those teeth are and how well they can cut through people. You could technically do the same thing to them, right? But the jaw, you know, the strength of the jaw, they've been using those teeth forever, you know, since they were born, and Luffy doesn't have that type of jaw, so it's not going to do as much damage, which makes sense. Now, him putting his arm in harm's way here doesn't seem like a good strategy either. But he's rubber, and technically he might be able to take that for a little bit, but he's definitely in trouble at this point. Holy crap. I am going to keep believing that Luffy has a valid strategy and reasoning why. He's latched on, so he has to... So they can't easily, like, remove them. Well, he has, you know, another set of teeth. I would think he would have done that beforehand because he's gonna have the advantage. A shark. Arlong shark. He's baiting him to go into the water, which is... Wait, Luffy can't really do. He must be threatened. To go to that point, to hide in the water like this, he's threatened. He thinks he might not have a chance. It's like their trump card. Oh! Now you see me, now you don't. I guess don't even go by the edge, because he won't be able to do that as long as you're not standing on the edge. I guess that's a good name for it. I mean, his nose is the dart. That is a very specific attack, though. Would be a lot faster if he was in the water, so it's got to be a new strategy, new way of thinking here. Oh, he's looking for the timing. If you see him do the move consistently, you can find the timing of how he's doing it and how fast he's going. It's kind of a risk you have to take, though. Ooh, a finger shield. Yeah, he's angling it right from there. Oh. Yep, he did the move too many times and Luffy caught on. I guess he wasn't ready for that one. Oh, it's a finger net. There is so many creative ways to use his ability. No, not that easily. Yep. He's in anger mode for sure. It's because he's threatened at this point. I like how they're all completely have shocked faces almost through this entire fight. Ooh, now he's going off the weapons. Oh. That's an interesting weapon. That is instant death if that touches you. Ooh. He's slowly trapping himself. What? Oh, it's her room. That's convenient. That is a ton of them. She was doing that for years. Yeah, that's a long time of making her do that. See, they both have different definitions of friends. Yeah, there's a big difference between what Arlong is saying what a friend is and what Luffy thinks a friend is. I feel like Arlong is using that word friend a little too lightly there. She's not a friend. She's your captive. She's somebody that you're using. She's, yeah, she's doing things for you and you want to use her because she has a talent, but you're not treating her like a friend. You're threatening her. You used her to make a bunch of money as well. Like, that's not a friend. You know, a friend is what happens exactly when Luffy was in trouble there. that's and what Zoro and all of them did to step up and fight for each other, and even all the villagers and everybody fighting for Nami and fighting for their freedom. Those are what friends are. They care about each other, they're worrying about each other, and they'll step up for each other. Now, Arlong, another reason why there's no way he thinks that he's saying that for real is because maybe he might consider other fishmen as friends, even though he's technically still using them as well and he's in charge of them. But you do see a little bit of, it's not like some of the other captains we've seen so far, some of the other kind of the other worse people when it comes to they're really all for themselves. They didn't even care about their actual group. Arlong actually does to some extent. When when that fishman was being used as a shield for a second, he actually cared. When he saw the octopus and he saw his his underlings actually, his fellow fishmen fighting and losing, he actually cared. I mean, to an extent, at least from his facial expressions and from what he said, he cared. So he really is not completely self-centered and completely only for him. He really is. He really does think humans are inferior, and he cares about his species. So this does go in a little bit different direction than we've seen so far. He's a little bit more complicated than the last the last few people. So I will give him that. I like that he's a little bit more complex. It makes for a more interesting character. But saying that, he still is a horrible person to use Nami the way he did. And you see how much work she has put in. That's 8 years of work. That's 8 years of mapping everything like that, but being forced to, because she knows if she doesn't, her village, will be in trouble, and she doesn't want everyone else to die. So she has to do that. And that you can tell that affected Luffy for sure when he saw that. Saying something like that in front of him is just going to set him off. But it was really good to see Luffy actually he was slowly strategizing, and he doesn't say what he's doing, which some people kind of like, in some shows you get the inner thoughts. So a lot, and even we've seen that with Zoro a little bit, but we see that a lot with Sanji. We get to hear his inner thoughts a lot when they're fighting and stuff. But Luffy, you don't get that. You don't get the inner thoughts. So, and I think it maybe took me a little bit to kind of catch on to that. You don't get Luffy's inner thoughts very often, if not at all. I can't. Maybe it's happened a couple times and I'm forgetting, but it seems like a lot of the time, me as a viewer is kind of guessing what he's going to do, and is he really strategizing the right way? Like, he's grabbing the teeth, why is he doing that? Part of me, due to his childlike nature sometimes, and kind of the way he acts, I'm like, oh, he doesn't actually have a strategy, he's just doing this and hoping for the best. But at the same time, you kind of realize he was baiting him. For one, he was waiting until he found the weakness when he was doing that dart attack. He made him do it a few times, caught on to the point of attack where he could dodge and attack back, and then set it right back on him. And that shows that he's thinking. Luffy is not that dumb. He's strategizing and thinking. But I think that's actually kind of creative, not really giving us an inner dialogue there, and more of making us guess kind of if he's really figuring this out or not. And it makes it more of a sense of I feel like he's not necessarily winning the whole time. It feels like, oh crap, he might actually get his ass beat here, or he might actually get bitten, because I can't tell if he's really just waiting for the right time to attack, or if he's just like kind of second, just kind of guessing. It's an interesting way to do it. But anyway, good episodes. It's what I've been wanting. I've been wanting that fight with Arlong and Luffy, them going up into the room that that Nami was at for so long is kind of a good fit, really. I like that added thing. Kind of puts more feeling into the kind of more feeling and more emotion into the whole fight there, you know, kind of leading up all the way up to that room that she was at. I'm sure it's going to upset Luffy even more and make him fight harder. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123, as well as you can check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/ajrich for streams. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.